Hello guys and happy Tuesday. So in today's video what I thought I would do is actually see how I'm tracking against my goals. So these are the goals that I actually set back in December 2020 for the year 2021, and I just wanted to see how I've been doing over the past 6 months, so from January to June, and just for me to, I don't know, have a bit of an idea as to maybe what I need to focus on for the next 6 months, but also just to see if I'm actually doing well or if they're just things that I'm absolutely flopping at. So I'm actually quite excited for this video because I think it's going to be interesting to see how I'm tracking against all of my goals. So not just things like YouTube, but also things including like my dividends and bank interest and all of that stuff. So I'm very excited for that. So I've got my handy notebook, which is what I actually use to write all of my goals in. And I actually did a video on this in December 2020. So if you do want to watch that as well, definitely check that out if you haven't already. I will of course link that up here for you and in the description below. But enough about that, let's just get started and see how I'm tracking against my 2021 goals. So in terms of how I actually set my goals, there were a couple of different areas that I wanted to focus on. So the first thing was really talking about actual personal finances, so things like, you know, stock portfolios and investments and things like that. Then the next bit was really about passive income, so whether that be with YouTube or any other passive income. And then there were also some vanity metrics in terms of social media and some personal goals and some side hustle goals as well. So I thought let's just go through the same sections that I did in my previous video just to see how I've been doing. So the first one I want to talk about is personal finance. So I had 3 goals set for this. So the first one was to have a stock portfolio of about £10,000. The second one was to work towards getting a deposit for a buy-to-let property, and that was about £33,000. And then the third one was having an emergency fund of about £6,000. So in terms of my stock portfolio, I actually invest in 2 different platforms. So the first one I use is Trading 212, and then the second one I use is FREETRADE. So with Trading 212, that's pretty much most of my money, I would say. So in terms of my Trading 212 portfolio, I have about £2,891.25, and with my FREETRADE I have about £131.08. So if you add that all up together, that is about £3,022.33. So I'm pretty much just almost a third of the way there. So whether I'm actually going to reach that is also going to be interesting, especially because there were some changes during the month. So for example, now that I'm married, we actually put some of that money into my husband's stocks and shares ISA as well as mine. So obviously that means I don't have as much money coming into my own stocks and shares ISA. So it's really going to be interesting by the end of the year as to whether I actually hit that £10,000 mark. I think probably if I do include myself and my husband's one, then I think we may hit it. The main reason actually I had this goal of £10,000 was to do with free shares, which I thought I would get, which I have no longer been getting for the past few months. So we'll definitely talk about that later in this video. So whether I'll hit that, I'm not too sure. I don't actually think we will, but we will see, to be honest. And actually the fact that I already have about £3,000 in my portfolio, I'm really happy with. If I can get that to maybe 5,000, I think I'll be happy with that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then in terms of our buy-to-let property investment, so our goal was to have about £33,000 by the end of the year. I don't think we will hit it actually by December at the end of the year because we're basically about a third of the way through. So I do think it's probably going to be more towards the beginning of next year, so maybe sort of the first half of next year. But I'm actually quite happy with the progress in terms of how that's going because we have still been able to save quite a large amount of money despite the fact that we have like all of these expenses and stuff like that. So we'll see how that progresses towards the year, but at the moment I'm still happy with that. And the £6,000 emergency fund, that has actually been hit. We actually hit it I think earlier on this year, so it only took a couple of months to hit that. So yeah, pretty much happy that we've at least reached the emergency fund one. The only 2 left are the stock portfolio and buy-to-let property, but again we'll see if we actually manage to hit that by the end of the year. Then the next goals I had were around passive income. So the first one was actually a goal around bank interest. So my main goal was to reach about £10. Now that obviously does not seem very high, and to be honest, the reason why I set it that low is because like interest rates are like under 1%, to be honest. So I knew there was no way I was going to be getting much money from that. However, I would say in terms of my bank interest, I think I have actually been doing okay considering. And I think the main reason for that is because we're obviously saving up for like a buy-to-let property, and we also had like our wedding budget and things like that. So we did have a bit of cash, which meant we were able to generate some interest. So in terms of the bank interest that I have received, the total is about £18.35. So that is between January and June. June. Now this actually also includes our joint account, so with myself and my husband, but if we were to individually divide it, which is how Monzo does it as well sometimes, actually this would make it £9.18 each. So that basically means that even if I don't include, you know, my husband's part of his savings and I was just to look at myself individually, I've almost hit that £10 mark. So I'm pretty sure that I will hit it by the end of this year, which is great to see. And then the next one was really focused on money apps. So these are like different apps that you can try and generate income from. So for example, one of the apps I tend to use is an app called Shopix. So basically if you scan your shopping receipts, then you're able to get points and then you're able to get money back through like vouchers and stuff like that. So in terms of my goal for money apps, that was actually to reach £50. Now so far how I've been doing is I've actually made £10, so that's mainly been through Shopix. There is another money app that I downloaded where you can actually answer surveys and make money from that. I haven't actually done that yet, so I'm hoping this next half of the year I'm able to put a bit more time into that. But you know, £50 I feel like is a little bit ambitious now, but you know, I'm a fifth of the way there, so £10 I think isn't too bad at all. Again, that's mainly been through Shopix, but we will see what happens later on. And then the next three are kind of more focused on my side hustle, so I'm not going to dwell on this too much because I did really include that in my passive income report for the month of June. So definitely check that video out if you haven't already. That's really where I talk about how much I'm making with affiliate marketing, YouTube ads, paid products and all of that stuff. So if you are interested in watching that, then I will link that up here for you and in the description below. But in terms of the goals that I had set, so for affiliate marketing, I had actually set a goal of £100. And obviously if you watched my video last week where I was talking about my passive income report, then you would know that I have made about £32.91 so far this year. So, you know, I'm about a third of the way there. I do have hopes that I can still hit it, but again, we will see. And then my goal with YouTube ads was to actually reach £10,000, which now that I consider that, it's way too ambitious to be honest. And again, with like these goals, I think obviously this was the first time that I was actually going to have ads on my channel. I'd never had it. So to be honest, I didn't really know what goals were actually quite achievable. I kind of just compared it to other channels thinking, oh, they're making that much, so hopefully I will be able to make this much. But yeah, I think £10,000 is now very ambitious. The main reason for that is because at the moment, so far for the first 6 months, I've made about £845.98, which is still really amazing considering, because it means that I've almost made £1,000 just from YouTube ads. So that's definitely amazing, but I think it's just obviously quite far from the £10,000 mark. But again, we will see what happens in the next 6 months. So looking forward to that as well. And then of course with paid products, my goal was to make about £1,000 by the end of the year. And again, you will know if you watch that passive income video that so far I have made about £289.42. However, if you were to actually include my total revenue, so including the fees that Etsy takes, because Etsy does take a lot of fees, which I didn't realize, but I would have made almost £400. So actually, I think potentially I could reach it if we're talking about total revenue by the end of the year. In terms of like my actual profit, in terms of my take-home pay, I don't know if I'd reach it, but again, we will see. And then the next goal I had was around dividends. So I actually had a goal to make £20 by the end of this year. Again, a big reason for this was because I'm not too focused particularly on dividend paying stocks. I know a lot of people are, but just at this point in time, I don't really think that I want to focus on that too much. So I just set myself a £20 goal, which I would definitely be happy with if I do reach that by the end of the year. However, for the first 6 months, and actually I was quite surprised at this, but I have made £11.48. So I'm actually more than halfway there, so I'm definitely happy with that, and I think I will hopefully reach that by the end of this year. I would say there was a time, I think the first couple of months, where I didn't make any dividends at all, so it's actually more so started to compound, I guess, the more that I invested over the past couple of months. But yeah, I'm just really happy that I'm now actually generating around £2 a month, I would say, in dividends. So very happy with that, and I'm excited to see how that goes on for the rest of the year. And then the other thing in terms of my passive income was focused more on free shares. So I had a goal of £2,500 to reach by the end of this year. Now let me tell you, the main reason why I had that goal is because of the way that I could see that I was getting free shares from my Trading 212 account, and actually, you know, in terms of the value of those shares, they were quite good. So some of them were ranging between like £40 to £50. So I actually thought that was a realistic goal. Little did I know that Trading 212 would not be taking on new customers. So, you know, that's kind of blown things out of the water. And actually, even though I use FREETRADE FREETRADE as well, and you can get free shares as well. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. I will of course leave my links in the description below for you, because if you use my link then we both get a free share. Obviously make sure you're doing your research, and remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but even with FREETRADE, really the free shares I get are around £5 to £6. So you know, I don't think I will actually reach this goal. A lot of it is because obviously I haven't been able to generate any free shares for the past 5 months, I would say, from trading 212. But so far at the moment, a lot of you will know that I have managed to make about £398.33 so far. So almost £400. I have a feeling maybe the way it's going, I might only reach around £500, I would say. But again, that's going to depend on platforms like Trading 212, whether they're going to open it up for new customers, whether they're still also going to do free shares. So £398 is definitely not bad, considering that is totally passive. So that's amazing. And yeah, again, I'm looking forward to seeing how I do in the next 6 months. Then the next area were more so vanity metrics. So this was kind of like fun goals that I wanted to set myself in terms of, you know, like just starting my new channel and seeing how that goes. So again, I set very ambitious goals for this. So yeah, we will see again, but you know, it's all a part of the fun when it comes to goals like this. So the first one I want to talk about are my YouTube subscribers. So in terms of the goal that I had set myself, it was a very, very ambitious goal, and I have no idea why I set myself this, but again, it's out of my control anyway. But the goal that I set for myself was to have a community of 25,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Now at the moment we have just hit 4,000 subscribers, so thank you so much guys for subscribing to my channel. It honestly just means a lot to me, and again, getting to know a lot of you guys on like our lives or when you just comment on my videos, it honestly does help to support the channel, and it's just nice getting to know you guys as well. So even if we haven't met in person, I feel like we've known each other for ages. So yeah, whether we will hit that goal, I'm not too sure yet, but you know, again, you never know what could happen, so we will see. And then the next one was Instagram followers. So again, this was something where I wasn't really too active on Instagram. I would say I'm more active on this now, so definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. But in terms of my goal, I actually had a goal of 2,500 followers. Now at the moment I actually have 1,061 followers on Instagram, so I actually think I could potentially hit that goal by the end of the year. Again, we will see, but actually the fact that I've, you know, got more than 1,000 followers is absolutely amazing to me, and I obviously get to chat to you guys on DMs and stories as well, so it's really nice to see you guys there. And then the other goal I had was to reach 50,000 views for one video, so one YouTube video, and at the moment my highest view video has around 33,000 views. So again, I do actually think I could potentially hit that goal by the end of the year, and that video is actually how I save over £1,000 a month, so that still continues to do well even though it's been more than a year now. So that's absolutely amazing, and we will definitely see how that goes. And then the other one I had a goal, which again was another fun one, which was to have my YouTube total views of around 200,000, so 200,000 views by the end of the year. At the moment I actually have more than 163,552 views, which actually may have gone up by now, but yeah, I do actually think I probably will hit that goal, which is absolutely amazing to see. So yeah, to think that my channel has almost had 200,000 views is still absolutely mad to me. But yeah, again, thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing to it as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, it is just a red button and it's free, so if you do like my content, then please do subscribe to my channel, as it really does help to support it too. And then just quickly wanted to run through some of my side hustle goals. So I did also have separate goals for that. So one of them was to have a side hustle income of around £3,000 per month, so that was just purely from my side hustle. Now at the moment I'm generating, I'd probably say just over £200 a month. However, when I did set that goal, I also used that to include, you know, services that I might actually be providing later on in the year. So I do actually think maybe I still can reach that goal of £3,000 a month. So at the moment I am working on a program where some of you can actually work one-on-one with me, and I would honestly love your help with that, guys. So I'm really just trying to understand, you know, what are people's struggles with their money, what are they trying to work on. So if you are interested in helping me out, please do fill in the survey. I will link that in the description below and also in my comments. It's really just a few questions just to answer, you know, what you might be struggling with when it comes to your money, what you might need help with. So it's really just for me to get a bit of an idea and actually develop a program that's going to be useful for people. So it's totally free, and I'm actually offering 5 people free Master Your Money assessment calls with that as well, if you do fill in that survey. But even if you don't want the call, I do think that the questions will help you figure out, you know, what you actually need to work on. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. I will of course link that in the description below for you and in the comments as well. And then linked to that, one of the tips I did have was to launch my website. So again, that's something that I haven't done yet. However, I have bought my domain, so I'm definitely working towards that. So hopefully by the end of the year that will be launched, so looking forward to that. that. And then obviously I had other personal goals as well, like reading my Bible daily, praying, exercising 3 times a week, which I haven't particularly done. I've been slacking on that a little bit. Really, I've been going maybe 2 times a week, I would say. So I really want to push that to 3 times a week as an absolute minimum. The other one I had was reading a chapter in a book daily. Again, that's something that I've been trying to do consistently, but I've been slacking a little bit, so I do need to work on that. And then the other goal I had was to actually invest in myself through like a course or something. So I actually did quite a bit of that. So I did buy a course, but then I also hired a coach as well. And I'm also a member of Financial Joy Academy. So I have really invested in myself this year, which I'm definitely proud of. Again, if you're interested in maybe trying to build a side hustle, or maybe you want to learn more about investing, definitely check out the membership that I'm a part of. So again, it's called Financial Joy Academy and it's run by Ken and Mary of The Humble Penny. They're absolutely lovely people. I will of course leave a link in the description below, because if you do use my link, then you can also get 15% off as well. So yeah, definitely make sure you check that out. So that's basically how I'm tracking towards my 2021 goals. We will see if I hit most of them by the end of the year. So I am looking forward to seeing how the next 6 months are. But if you did like this video, then please do give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. And let me know in the comments, how are you tracking towards your 2021 goals? I do post every Tuesday and Friday. So if you would like to know more, then of course you can subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Friday.